There is a great spectacle in that any time that you have upwards of 20 or 25 breeds exhibiting in one area, you can really, I suppose, maybe get talking and see the breadth of say, genetics that's there in Ireland at the moment.
Hello, I'm Kieran Lynch and welcome to OviCast, the Teagasc Sheep podcast. Each episode will bring you insights, advice and technical updates for the sheep industry. Now in this week's episode we're joined by Darren Carty, Sheep and Schemes Editor from the Irish Farmers Journal, to talk to us about Sheep 2023, the industry event that will take place in Gurteen Agricultural College on the 18th of June this year. We chat about the broad range of activities that are going to be on display on the day, from sheep shows to breed exhibits to trade stands and a host of technical workshops. We discuss how this focused sheep event provides an ideal shop window for exhibitors and attendees to interact and see what's new in the industry. We talk about the various demonstrations that will run throughout the day, from butchery and cooking demos right through to shearing and sheepdog training. Darren also describes a host of other activities that are on display on the day, including the keenly contested Young Shepherd competition. We start off, however, with Darren discussing what this year's event is happening and the background to it and previous events.
It's actually great that we're back on the road again, 5 years since there was any, I suppose, maybe major sheep event like this. And if we think fondly back to Sheep 2018, Sheep 2015, 2012, big events and upwards of 5, 6, 7,000 farmers at them, real, I suppose, maybe enthusiastic and optimism flowing from those events. And I think we really need something like that again. So Sheep 2023 taking place on Saturday, 17th of June, Gurteen Agricultural College, Ballingarry, Roscrea, County Tipperary. That's a change from the last events, Kieran. The last three events were in Teagasc and preceded by UCD. I think that it's good to have a change of scenery, good to open up the event to the country, very, very centrally located. You can bring, I suppose, sheep farmers from the east to south, north and west, given that there's a good road networks to it. And also, I think there's a long, I suppose, maybe list of farmers that have maybe passed through the gates of Gurteen and would be glad to go back again after a few years. Very similar in its approach. It's an industry organised event. So we have the main bodies are yourselves in Teagasc, the Department of Agriculture, ourselves, the Irish Farmers Journal, Sheep Ireland, Board BIA, and obviously then it's taking place, say, in cooperation with Gurteen Agricultural College. We have a lot of, I suppose, main sponsors to be thankful for. The major sponsor is Irish Country Meats, and the main sponsors then are Cormac Sheep Equipment, Lanco, FBD and MSD Animal Health.
You certainly want to look forward to that. Look, Gurteen is an excellent facility, so it is. I suppose, as you indicated, like what sets this apart from other open days, it's an industry open day. It's covering a huge range of areas right across the industry. We might talk for a few moments just to give a little bit of flavour of what all is going to be on display on the day.
Yeah, so big catalogue here and here. And as you said, there's been a lot of maybe open days in Athenry in recent years, very technical focused. We have still that technical focus, but what really, I suppose, sets this event apart is that you have sheep shows, you have exhibits, you have wool stands, you have young shepherds competitions, you have a day out for the family. And if I can say maybe explore them a small bit at the moment. A lot of, I suppose, maybe discussion around, say, sheep breeding at the moment. The Sheep Improvement Scheme, which was launched earlier on this year, has a new requirement for farmers to purchase genotyped rams in year 1, 2 or 3. That's for all members. There'll be some farmers that will be purchasing rams again in year 4 and 5. But that, I think, has brought an added sort of buzz around it. And from talking to a lot of the sheep breed societies, they're already getting queries from farmers as of will they have, say, rams available, what they have to do, when they have to purchase. And I think this is, I suppose, maybe it's a great shop window for sheep breed societies to show the extent of breeds that they have on offer, but also for farmers, it's a great opportunity to come and to maybe get an update on the scheme, talk to breeders about where these rams are going to be, learn about, say, the sale dates from the event. And I think that there is a great spectacle in that anytime that you have upwards of 20 or 25 breeds exhibiting in one area, you can really, I suppose, maybe get talking and see the breadth of say, genetics that's there in Ireland at the moment. A lot of the main sheep breed societies are holding shows on the day, and some of the smaller breed societies or some of the breed societies that have catalogued or that have, say, maybe their show in the diary on a different day, they will also have a presence there on the day. So I think, look, there is a lot there to be seen. We're expecting upwards of 700-800 sheep to be in attendance. So you're probably looking at the biggest attendance of sheep from a range of breeds in Ireland in 2023. So that's something to look forward to. If we explore maybe or go a bit beyond that then and just look at the technical component of it for a moment. And I know you're heavily involved in a lot of this, but you have the technical villages again where there's be practical demonstrations, workshops, short presentations, or an opportunity for one-to-one dialogue and visual displays. And to me, this is a key, because we go to a lot of farm walks where maybe farmers are standing in front of a stand. There is maybe 15 or 20 minutes of talk. This is a chance to maybe get beyond that, see this technical information being distilled or brought to you through a workshop, through maybe a visual display across all the major areas: breeding and genetics, environment, flock health, forestry, grassland, health and safety, hill sheep, nutrition, organic farming. And that's before you even go into the big meat market arena that Bord Bia have a lot of, I suppose, maybe organising already done on. And that will take us I think one of the teams, correct me if I'm wrong, we had of the previous events was farm to fork, and this essentially, the meat arena, will show you everything from farm to fork.
No, I think you touched on a power point. A lot of the day is very interactive. The technical villages are, but a lot of it is a shop window to interact with breeders, interact with ourselves in Teagasc or any other technical personnel on the day, and that's to get the benefit out of it. That is the focus of this event. But you touched on something there, then, like the meat industry village. It's a very important end of it, Darren. But there'll be demonstrations there from draft lambs right the way through to the actual carcass that they can produce, and of course we've an important cookery demonstration on the day as well.
Yeah, a real crowd pleaser. Neville Maguire is going to do a number of cooking demonstrations on the day, and that ties into, I suppose, the strong family farm element of it, and also the importance of, say, promoting lamb as a ready to cook, healthy, tasty food. And I think this is something that, as an industry, there needs to be a lot more focus on, given that we need to increase consumption of lamb, particularly among younger consumers. So I think that's a good element. The fact in this, you can talk to all of the main factories, and also that, as you say, that there'll be demonstrations around handling lambs, around the type of, say, carcass to produce. All of that side of things, I think, is really important and really key. And it's a perfect time of the year. Given the weather challenges that we've had, Kieran, in recent weeks, you would say that that'll probably be heading into the first drafting for a lot of farmers. And it'll be from then on in that there'll be the real importance around drafting at the correct rate and to maximise returns.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the year after come through, it certainly will be. Darren, another important end of the industry that is always featured at these events is the wool village. And I believe we've George Graham back on board for very popular shearing demonstrations this year.
Yeah, George is a real crowd favourite as well, Kieran, that he takes it through from, I suppose, someone that has never taken up a handpiece before, right through to there's tips there for the more seasoned shearers. And the way George, and the manner that he has in say explaining, in stopping, talking after he shears sheep, talking about the importance of handling wool, talking about the importance of wool quality, I think that's something that a lot of people sort of garner a lot of interest for. I was talking to some of the members of the Irish Growing Wool Council this week. That's a new initiative that has been set up. There's 21 stakeholders from around the country, or from different segments of the industry, and they're also very keen, I suppose, in promoting the importance and the value of wool. Wool has been unfortunately one of these products that has super environmental credentials, but when it comes to say the materials that are used in, from textiles to say carpets to I suppose as a component of materials, unfortunately synthetic fibers outweigh it, and there's a big job of work there to do in, I suppose, maybe extolling the benefits of wool, but also in educating consumers around just how important wool is environmentally. And I think the Wool Council they have a lot of good ideas, and it'll be good to see, I suppose, maybe those explored as the year progresses. But I think a focus on wool, given where it is very important, because we talk about maybe optimism being low among sheep farmers at the moment. It has been difficult on the wool side for a few years, and I think with a little bit of work, that could be turned around and there could be real gains to be got, because we're starting from, I suppose, a low point, so there is real benefits. If you were to, I suppose, maybe look at, there's probably also a sort of family entertainment element in that too, in regards looking at all the different uses of wool and all the different, say, I suppose, maybe companies that are involved in it. And that is it's another nice, I think, attraction on the day, like leaving aside, I suppose, maybe all of the direct family things then that we're targeting. And like one of the things that the organising committee is keen on here, Kieran, and you've known from previous events, is that there's something here for all the family. Like this, the last thing, this isn't going to be a heavy technical day. There's an education point of view, but there's also a general interest and an enjoyable fun factor to it.
And I think that's an important element, Darren. Like it is a very much a family-run industry, so it is, and that is a key focus of the event on the day. Like you have Arguware, you have a lot of other things involved at the sheep event in Gurteen.
Oh, massively. Like how often do you go to Tullamore Show or go to the ploughing and you'd lose an hour or two looking through trade stands? And I think that we're looking out to gain real momentum now in the coming weeks around trade exhibits, because look, there is an appetite there from commercial trade exhibitors to get in front and to start talking with farmers again. Like we talk about not having this sheep event for a few years. Also, like COVID put a stop to a lot of the shows that took place right across the country. There's a lot of, I suppose, maybe optimism on the side of point around, say, the new TAM scheme has been launched. There's 40 to 60% grant aid there for sheep items. Sheep handling equipment now is coming in under the farm safety element. There's a 60% potential there. Like, and where else, Kieran, could you get an opportunity to improve, say, handling efficiency and get a grant aid like 60%? I think that is something, it's a big area where farmers, there's a lot of potential at farm level, particularly with labour being tight, to improve technical efficiency, but also to improve the efficiency that work is carried out in. There's a good bit of change coming down along the line around animal health. There was a lot of talk at the end of last year around, say, the sale of animal products or veterinary medicines, and greater restrictions coming in around that. Look, at changes around that has been pushed back, but there is an education point there, and I know a lot of the animal health companies, there's some new products there. There's some updated guidelines, and I think there is something for farmers to get in front and to talk to commercial exhibitors. We also, I suppose, maybe have new exhibitors that wouldn't have been at previous events. There's a lot of new sheep handling equipment on the market. There's a lot of new companies that are there around, say, products around sheep-sided sheep, say, little things, I suppose, maybe to improve efficiencies. And we're keen to get all of those there. And like, this is going out to listeners now, Kieran, that I suppose maybe to farmers, but we're also keen to start talking, or to any exhibitors that we haven't talked to already, is to maybe talk with those.
No, and like as you said, Darren, it's the first time in 5 years that we have this sheep-only focused event. Like, it's a great opportunity for attendees to go and see everything that's available in the industry. You'll find out a bit more information about potential investments, but it's a great shop window for those exhibitors. And I'm assuming they can still book for the event.
Yeah, they can, Kieran. There is a say, an online booking form. I can read it out here, but look, maybe you have notes that you can add it. It's bit.ly/sheep 2023 form, and you'll get a lot of more information. You'll get access to the booking space. A trade exhibit costs €300 for a 3 metre by 4.5 metre indoor space. It's the same cost for an outdoor space, but there'll be a larger, say, outdoor allocation of space. I should have probably also mentioned at the time around sheep breed societies, any breed society that are still on the fence, or that, say, maybe new breed societies, or maybe even individual farmers that are maybe earmarked or selling or want to come and show their own sheep. There's an opportunity to do that there. The show breed societies is €200, €100 for a non-show breed society. So there's a lot of, I suppose, maybe potential there for those interested to still come and to book their space.
I think all will be welcome. Look, I'll include that link in the description as well. Darren, look, when you mentioned about breed societies and competitions, the Young Shepherd competition was a strong feature at previous events. I'm assuming it's going to run again. It'll be another one. Hopefully, it'll be hotly contested.
Yeah, real farm favourite, Kieran. We've always seen, I suppose, young shepherds come and pit their skills against each other. Sheep handling, say education point of view, looking at sheep carcasses, even something as important around management and driving of a quad, and that's something to explore also through the technical villages. I didn't say that when I went through the technical villages, but all those villages have a number of segments, and even in the farm safety village, a lot of talk around safety in, say, quad bikes, safety in pulling trailers, safety in working machinery, which is important. And then also, like, we shouldn't forget also the humble farmer's best friend in the sheepdog. Eamon Egan will be back again. One of the things that went down really well in previous events is Eamon gives pointers, or I suppose you could say he trains the handler rather than training the dog. And I think that in previous events, it has been something that a lot of farmers have come away from saying, Ginny, I picked up bad habits here, or that I was wondering about training my own sheepdog. This is really useful to see. Eamon's son is now on board as well. And it's a real lively, energetic exhibit around showing, I suppose, the best points of how to get the most out of your sheepdog.
No, it's a super one. Eamon, to be fair, he always gives a great exhibit. He's lifetime experience at it. And as you said, it's as much about training the person as training the dog. Exactly.
And like, if you look at a lot of farmers, or if you look at, I suppose, maybe we do fall into our own maybe traps of what way we think a dog should work, rather than extolling the benefits of how a dog can work. And like some of the little things that Eamon shows that you can put in place can transform, I suppose, maybe how a dog reacts. Or a big one that Eamon is always, I suppose, majors on is that no two dogs are the same. And just how to, I suppose, maybe respond or to approach different dogs, going from, I suppose, maybe a real shy dog to a more maybe outgoing or confident dog. And the difference in what's required from a handler can be pretty substantial to get the most out of those two different types of dogs.
No, definitely, it's very useful. So, and if nothing else, there's a great entertainment factor to watch Eamon work with the sheep as well.
Yeah, like there is nothing better than a dog in full flow, and like Eamon, as you say, years at it, and I think that's something that will be really good to see. And also, look at Eamon is very given of his time, and like in between the events, he stops, he takes questions. It's a real interactive thing. It's not just a thing, I suppose, of Eamon showing this how to walk a sheepdog. He also does the things that farmers want to see. And he'd also, I suppose, maybe take any of those questions around how young dogs should be started training, how soon to start to approach or to introduce sheep to a young dog, because all of those things, a lot of farmers take it for granted. But it's going back to, I suppose, maybe the no two dogs being the same, is that some dogs, Eamon will say, you could start as 2-3 months to start work with them. Other dogs, they're late, maybe bloomers, and that it might be just getting them accustomed to sheep, but it might be a number of months before you can actually do anything substantial with them.
I think it's a good note, maybe just to wrap up on, Darren, but there's a lot of people involved at all aspects of the industry. They're going to give up the time on the day. They're there to help, they're there to interact. I think it's a great opportunity for those attending, for those exhibiting. So, in essence, I suppose all roads lead to Gurteen on the 17th of June.
All roads definitely lead to Gurteen. It'll open, Kieran, around 10 o'clock in the morning. It'll start to close off around 4 o'clock that day, but that still leaves ample opportunities for farmers to come. I suppose maybe the one thing that we also forgot as well is that we're all in need of a day out to talk to other farmers. It's been a challenging spring here, and as one farmer said to me this week, it's still going on. But it's definitely, I think, an opportunity for farmers to meet other farmers that they haven't for a long time, and to get a good day out. And I think that sometimes after a challenging spring, what's needed is a day to clear the head, to reassess, say, what's happening on farm. And oftentimes when you go to an event like that and come back home, it gives a different perspective, or it gives a different outlook on what you're doing at home, or something that you can take from the day. Because whether you go to a farm walk in an evening on a farm, or to bigger events, or to an event like this, any event you go to, you can take something from it that benefits from the day.
You can, of course, and I think that's what the focus will be on it. Darren, look, really appreciate you giving up your time to be with us today. And for anyone that is going to the event, of course, you'll have a chance to catch up with you at it as well. So look, good having you on. Thanks very much.
You're very welcome, Kieran.
We'll leave it there for this week's episode. It promises to be an excellent event, certainly a huge range of activities on the show. I have included a link in the description for any exhibitors or breed societies interested in attending, and a contact email. So you'll find that in the show notes. That's it for me for this episode. Again, for updates on our sheep programme, keep an eye on our Twitter page at Teagasc Sheep. I'm Kieran Lynch. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us for more episodes.